Welcome to episode 54 of the Sweet Natured Cruise Cast. Hi, I'm Linz, as always I'm joined by Marky.
Hello.
Hello, and today we're talking whether cruising is sexy or chaste, boring or trendy. But first, Marky's little mood music.
There's a dangerous scent in the heavy air, taking you places you wouldn't dare. So tell me, darling, is it leather or lace? Are you wanting to feel sexy or chaste? Do you want the storm?
I don't get the cruise bit.
Which cruise bit?
There's no cruise bit in it.
There is that one.
Well, it's...
Actually, the very, very next line talks about, do you want to be closer to shore? I just cut it out of that bit. So you'll have to listen at the very end for the full...
I will do, but so far, I think you've gone on a different tangent there. I feel...
You won't have when you hear it. I was inspired by the likes of Lou Rawls. So to get that sort of Philly sound and... I think it's a good track. I think you'll like it when you hear it at the end. In context.
I'm going to say it sounds a bit naughty for...
I'm not going to put in a more boring instrumental part at the start.
Well, no, I guess when we're talking about...
I want people to be interested in it.
Well, we're talking about whether
sexy.
Cruise... When we're talking sexy.
Yeah. So for today's cruise cast, we've no cruise confession, saving them up for your upcoming very soon late night Lindsay one.
That's going to be fun.
And I expect we might have some after the group cruise as well, so maybe we'll do a part 2.
Let's do that.
And we've got a couple of news stories, but let's get straight into the topic.
Yeah.
How did we come on to talking about this?
Oh.
And what do we mean by it?
Well, we've been looking at a cruise.
Just the one?
No, we've been looking at all the cruises and looking at new cruise lines and watching all the videos and trying to suss out if we're going to do a new cruise line or return to a cruise line, which ship is best for us, which where we're going to feel like we walk on and we feel, yes.
And the vibe's right.
And the vibe, is this the ship for us?
I think we've looked at more new cruise lines that we haven't done over this past holiday weekend.
Yes.
Than we probably ever looked at before.
Yeah, and we've been sussing them out.
Open to which is the most interesting.
Very open. And, and looking at what... don't look at me like that. What is the where
does it sit for us and our experience on cruising in the past?
Yeah, and budget as well, because I don't want to pay a lot of money to go.
Budget.
Why have we?
But I don't think the budget element of it makes something sort of risque or sexy. I do think that makes it safe, and that is probably why some people stay in a certain one on there. But what I thought when we started talking about this is, how do we break this down to talk about? I thought we'd have a look at sort of the vibe of the ship, which we've touched on.
Yeah.
Entertainment.
Yes.
Food.
Yes.
Always a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Cabins, crew, cocktails, all that sort of thing.
Okay.
The different elements to it. And then we can say, is this a sexier ship, a trendier ship? Is it a safe? Is it chaste? Is it a more traditional? What someone who doesn't know cruising might consider boring.
Yes.
And sort of take it through from there.
Yeah.
Where do you want to kick us off? Shall we talk about sort of vibes on ship?
Well, should we start with an obvious one first?
Yeah.
And go Virgin.
Okay. I think that's when people talk about sexy cruising and ships that have that vibe of, because it was really the first one to properly embrace adult-only cruising in terms of everything about it, the cocktails, how it pitched itself, the staff,
I
the entertainment, the whole everything about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that has rightly developed sort of a brand around that sort of sexy cruising.
Sexy cruising.
What is it in particular you think it is on Virgin then?
Well, people can free to be who they are.
In what way?
As in, people. It's a very inclusive cruise.
Yeah, completely.
You can be who you don't have to.
You definitely don't have to conform to cruising stereotypes.
I don't even think you have to conform to any kind of stereotype.
Well, no. But when I'm talking about when you're on the ship, there's no really formal dress code.
No, only Scarlet Night and then Wee Fancy Night or 80s Night, whatever they do,
But even
pyjama
Scarlet
party.
Night, where it's because when that first started out, that was like a splash of red.
Yeah.
And now it's like full on red.
Scarlet.
But you'll get people dressed up as everything from a red Power Ranger to a red dinosaur. Through
to a red puppy.
To a red puppy, through to just looking incredibly glamorous.
To a Britney.
Yeah. So even within that bit where there's a direction, it's still be expressive, be what you
who you
want to be on that night.
Yeah.
I think where they've sort of really gone over and above from that element to it within there is around the food.
Oh, sexy food?
Yeah.
Love sexy food.
Well, if you think about it, and in particular, I'm going to put two places in there. Pink Agave and the Wake.
Yeah.
Pink Agave is sort of that, well, it's, for those that don't know, it's a Mexican-themed restaurant.
Yes.
So specialises in tequilas.
Love it.
Specialises in sharing platters, little tapasy-style dishes, where you get your hands involved a lot. And if you've ever seen your videos, you're scooping up the guacamole and everything. It's a very sensual restaurant, I think, is a good way of describing it.
Yes.
The salt on the hand.
Yes.
Lots of things like that.
Yes.
The Wake.
Sensory. Yes. The very yes.
And the Wake is
very nice.
A sort of very chic take on what is a staple on other cruise lines, which is the steakhouse.
Yeah, I tell you what they don't have on Virgin, which I actually gauge a lot of cruise lines about whether this is going to be quite a formal cruise or a sexy cruise. A beige sausage.
Okay.
For breakfast.
Okay, I can see the thumbnail for this one already.
You know what I mean? Like when you go,
you gauge whether it has a beige sausage
for breakfast. When you go to the buffet or
the galley and Virgin,
their sausages are not beige.
No, they have a nice
hearty, like, what's the word? Where it's grilled.
Yeah, they look like they're grilled. They don't look like they're boiled.
No, and then some cruise lines have, and I'm looking at you, Cunard, beige sausages.
I can't believe you've now done nearly a minute on a beige sausage.
No, but I think the sausages say a lot about the cruise, whether it's a sexy cruise. Just when you're on your cruise, suss out your sausages.
I mean, mine's not as sexy as that point of view,
or
phallic-wise, but when it's the food-wise, how I judge where a cruise goes from a breakfast point of view.
I bet you've got a dish that
So for me, it's the mushrooms.
See?
So if the mushrooms have just been like boiled in water and they sit there and they're like these tiny little butter mushrooms that you used to get at a Premier Inn in the 70s or
like
sort of travel lodge,
little chef
on it. Or if they're a nice chunky portobello one and they've got lots of flavour in it.
And they've been seasoned and everything. And not out of a tin.
Yeah. And obviously when you're mass producing stuff, it is different to when they're doing it individually at a restaurant.
Yeah.
But I do think Virgin is the quintessential example of modern cruising that you would put in there. I also think you could definitely, we've not sailed on them yet, but put in some of the more luxurious ones like Explorer, Ritz-Carlton.
Yeah, because the what the videos I've seen, everyone's in floaty clothes. I mean, not necessarily formal, but they look really good. Looks oiled up. You know what I mean?
They look like, in a lot of cases, especially the Ritz-Carlton ones that I've seen, because we do know some people who've been on Explore.
Show me the sausages.
I can't say I've ever seen a Ritz-Carlton sausage. That's what we want. Whoever's the next person who's watching this who goes on Ritz-Carlton, can you please put an Instagram picture of a sausage up?
I've just show me the sausages. Just like, because I think
there's a t-shirt idea right there.
Like, I know someone who's a fussy eater, right? He's called Dan. I'm going to out Dan, right? He's a fussy person when it comes to...
Does he like a beige sausage?
He loves, you know what I'm talking about, those beige sausages. Those Richmond beige, never seen a...
There's not wrong with a Richmond sausage, as long as it's cooked right.
Yeah, but they're not. They're the wrong colour.
Well,
for
that was episode 54 of the Sausage Cast.
What's another food? Oysters. Oysters?
I'd say oysters are a definition of a sexy food, so an aphrodisiac to start with.
Oh, well.
The whole thing about them, not everyone likes them.
No, not everybody can take them.
I doubt that anyone wouldn't link them to sort of that type of thing.
Mm.
But you get, we've had oysters on Cunard.
Mm.
I don't think we had them on P&O. I don't remember having them on P&O. Definitely had them on Princess.
Mm.
Definitely on Virgin.
Yeah.
Celebrity.
Yeah.
So it's not restricted to that.
No.
Let's move on from Virgin.
I'm going to say we've done a lot of Virgin talk.
We have that. What about, we'll do another sort of sexy ship that I think is.
Okay.
And then we'll come on to ones that are safer. Or do you want to do a safe one for next?
Well, the thing is, I've seen more pineapples on Cunard than I've ever seen on Virgin.
Are you on about on door frames as opposed to in the buffet?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, on our last one on Queen Anne,
there were so many
3 adjoining rooms.
Yeah, they did. And they were in a high footfall area where people would have to go through.
It were a main like
artery.
A lower deck or an end of it.
No, they were on a main artery.
I mean, to be fair, if you've got a shop, you used to put it on the high street, didn't you? Because it had a lot of footfall.
Yeah. I mean,
It's not for us to say.
No, that's the way to do it, I'm guessing.
But yeah, I don't think that it links directly to. So, I mean, let's talk about Cunard then.
Oh, let's talk about pineapples.
We'll talk about pineapples.
No, I think.
Let's talk about Cunard, because you started on that. Where would you put Cunard in this sort of sexy to chaste sort of comparison, this sort of vibey to boring?
You know what? Cunard, okay, the sausages, but there's a sexy undercurrent on Cunard.
It's not there. It's not obvious. It's not like an obvious Virgin one.
And
I know where you're going with this.
I had things pointed out to me. Little signals in little areas.
Expand. You can't.
I don't think I think
you can expand a little bit, but keeping it safe.
No, I don't think I can.
You can't tease people like that.
No, I can.
You can't tease me like that. I don't know what you're on about now.
You will know. You will know. You will know.
Well, shall I give you an example of where I think it goes into?
No, because we'll be banned.
I definitely won't be banned. The Masquerade Ball.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty eyes wide shut, isn't it? I was going somewhere totally different.
Well, I just assumed that you were going somewhere totally different, but I was fairly confident I wasn't going to get sort of
you've done
for saying Masquerade.
You've done it well. Well done, you. Well done.
I don't think that someone will correct us in the comments, and please do, because I'm not aware of it, but I can't think of another cruise line that has a Masquerade Ball.
Very eyes wide shut. No, yeah. I can't either.
But I do think when people look at Cunard,
yes,
if you've not been on it, including before we went on the very first one, my concern was that it would be very boring, in that it would be very formal,
yes,
very stuffing. So I don't think
you couldn't
any
be
cruise.
Yourself.
I genuinely don't feel any cruise is boring.
No,
because I think everything has. There's a cruise for everyone, and not every cruise is for everyone.
No, exactly.
So I don't think they're boring. You just might end up on the wrong one.
Yeah.
But what I thought Cunard was, and then what it still is to a degree.
Yeah.
The afternoon tea, the ballroom dancing, that exists.
The knitting circle, the library.
Those exist.
Yeah.
But as I said, things like the Masquerade Balls.
Pretty saucy.
It is in there. The oysters are there. You just need to know where to look. The signs are on the doors. It's just not in your face as much.
No.
And I think that's why when people have done a Cunard cruise, they do tend to go back again.
Yes, they do. But again,
and the same Virgin, not everyone goes back.
No, and it's yeah.
What else about sort of?
Should we go to another?
Well, I was going to say Cunard, because when you first get on Cunard, because I said we'd talk about the crew and stuff like that a little bit as well in terms of what gives that vibe. So we didn't really touch on that as much on Virgin as well. So I can roll this into two.
Okay.
When you get on Cunard, you're greeted in their very formal attire.
Yes.
It's actually a really lovely welcome.
Yeah.
They've got the white gloves on. They've got the uniforms on.
Yes, beautiful.
When you walk through, there's generally speaking a sort of a trio of classical musicians or quartet or something playing violins. And
absolutely.
It's everything
Christmas,
that you think
have,
of that.
You might have a little brass band. Yeah.
When you get on Virgin,
Oh, no.
They're literally dancing as you get on the ship, before you get on the ship, as you walk onto it.
Yeah,
they're high-fiving you.
They've got the sexy hot pants on.
It is pretty much the exact polar opposite to Virgin, yet at the same time, it's both incredibly welcoming and sums
you feel
up the cruise a lot.
Yeah, definitely. It sets the tone.
Yeah, because I know that when we first went to get on Virgin and we had that first bit, you're like, oh.
I know, I was
but
very
literally,
surprised.
before we got to where we went for the muster element to it, when we got on, we were like, this is 100% for us.
Yeah, we did. It's so weird.
We knew
did.
Being on the ship less than 2 minutes that it was for us. And I probably knew not that much longer after that Cunard was as well.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit longer. So I was like, oh, this is kind of what I thought it was going to be.
Now, I know another way that sets a tone for me that I always enjoy.
What's that?
And you don't get it as often, but you do get it on certain lines. When they hand me a drink as soon as I set on board. I like that.
Well,
that's a nice way.
That one perfectly links me into what was my next sexy one.
That?
Celebrity.
Love Celebrity.
Because what happened on our very first Celebrity cruise when we went on Eclipse?
We were handed a drink.
Literally, we got on, didn't we? Because that was the transatlantic.
Yeah.
We got on there, and before we'd even crossed the threshold.
No, I would say before we'd even sort of looked at the atrium or anything, we were given a drink.
Literally handed over.
And we've been watching some videos of Azamara. That happens. Love that. That's a nice. And I've watched other videos where people are handed drinks.
Are these still on cruises where they were handed the drinks?
No.
Okay. So you link that to a sexy element of it?
I guess I do. I guess it's
if they're encouraging you to sort of loosen up and feel a little bit more relaxed.
I just like, this is a nice welcome.
It is. One of the bits, I'm harping back to Virgin again at this point, but we'll come straight back to Celebrity. But when they do the Sail Away one, it's just giving you sparkly wine. In an abundance.
I like that.
So by the time you come out of that bit, before you've even had a drink at the bar, you can be half cut.
Yeah, I love that.
And it sets you, because it has that party mood onto it. Coming back to Celebrity.
Oh, I thought of another cruise line that not that we've done it. Sorry, we'll use Celebrity in.
Well, we'll do Celebrity. We'll come back to I'll remind you again in a second then. So Celebrity, when they introduced the Edge class, I think Celebrity up to that point were probably sort of skirting along at a similar place to where Princess was pre them doing Sphere class.
Yeah.
So they were both in that more premium value, premium luxury level, both a bit elevated above your P&O, your Cunards.
Of course.
But then they both introduced the next level, and we can probably roll Princess into this as well to a degree, but they completely revamped the decor.
Oh, made it slicker, a bit slicker.
Made it really slick. We do criticise, not criticise, we comment on the Kelly-Op and
beige on cream.
Palette colour occasionally.
Yes, yeah.
But when you're sort of walking around, especially the Edge class ships, it's very hard to not go,
oh, this is a sexy ship.
This is nice.
Yeah.
You're not walking by going, this carpet's been here from 1970.
No, you're not thinking that. Or you're not also thinking you're in Nana's.
No.
On Nana's ship either.
There's lots of mirrors.
Lots of mirrors.
We have had lots of mirrors on P&O. Ventura was the most mirrored ring we've ever been in.
Oh, yeah. It was like
House of Mirrors.
It was sort of Vegas circa 1972,
I feel. It literally turned everywhere. But I think that when you look at it from a ship point of view, I think Celebrity is probably the sexiest mainstream ship.
It's beautiful, yes.
In terms of its design.
Imagine if that was like, it's absolutely beautiful. You feel spoiled being on there.
Because I don't think Virgin ships are sexy. The actual ship. I think they're trendy. They're trendy. But I think you walk around Virgin and you walk around the Edge class ships, and every corner you turn, there's something else that you're, wow.
Like and it's gorgeous.
The bit where you sit above Eden, where there's all those seats and the hanging chairs and everything. It's just the martini glasses for the hot tubs.
Wonderful. Just lovely. Absolutely lovely.
So I think for me, they would be right up there as sort of, people might not think about it before we've talked about this, but definitely one of the sort of sexier ships.
Yeah.
You were going to say another one.
I was going to say, and this is going to shock you because I would say this is the opposite to Celebrity decor.
So are you still classing this as sexy?
only one bit of it in the Linzi ruling.
Okay.
Because the other things I'm not sure are sexy. And we'll have to take the cruise to see how not sexy or trendy or it is.
Yeah.
But I do love this about it, and I feel that in fact, there's two things I love about it.
I'm really fascinated who you're going to say.
And you'll be like, oh, yeah. Yeah. So number one, it's.
So you're telling us the things before you reveal who it is then?
So the things are, no, because people, I'm going to say, because people I'm sure have done it. Or if they haven't, they'll go, that's actually quite a sexy, cool thing to do. It's not a boring thing. Number one, you could only do this on this cruise line because if you did it on other cruise lines, it would be carnage.
Okay, I'm even more.
Number one, hire out the spa for an hour.
Okay, I know who you've picked then. Fred Olsen.
It's Fred Olsen. You can hire out the spa for an hour.
For just a couple.
I'm sure you could share it.
I was going to say, out of interest, if you're on there with friends, could they come in there with you? Or do they limit it to 2 people for that cost?
Well, I think you'd probably be nice and ask, could we bring somebody other with us? 1, 2, 5 people? I don't know.
that escalated quickly.
I'm not that person, but I know that people
might want to introduce, have 5 other people at a spa.
In the hot tub with them, because it's quite a big hot tub. Yeah. Just to, relax.
I do agree with you. I think that is... I don't know why other cruise lines
Oh, no, because it would be
that.
carnage. It's not a thing that Fred Olsen have thought about. They're not in that world yet.
What, in the mindset of...
People who
are using it for other purposes than
just
relaxing.
Just to have a nice, relaxing time.
I mean, I'm not saying they're not relaxed.
No, they might like to take all the clothes off in the spa. Yeah. And just feel very.
But that in itself, that's a very European thing that happens. But you wouldn't do it walking around, for instance, MSC's giant spa with 50 people.
But if you could hire it for an hour or so,
you would.
You would.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure you would.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I have been to continental spas and been in a steam room, and the steamer's cleared.
And then you realise people haven't got clothes on.
I'm in there with a lot of naked people. Which was interesting.
But if you had the spa to yourself, would you be comfortable not putting the costume on?
No, this is a very deep question.
Well, you started it. I absolutely. If it was just the 2 of us, I wouldn't have an issue at all. But I wouldn't be fine sat in it with 30 other people.
You'd walk around naked all the time if you could.
If people weren't watching.
Well, I mean...
And especially if it's... I don't want an Arctic cruise where I'm doing that. That's not flattering at all.
Well, you're very comfortable naked. Whereas I trap myself indoors and all sorts. I'm very conscious. And then I find myself clumsy.
Do you want to know where I think... I've never thought about this properly before. You're very comfortable naked. Do you want to know where I think that comes from? There's no sexy element to this.
What is it?
When I was young...
You were naked all the time.
No, you played rugby. And this all applied for people who played football. Because you used to have like communal baths. I never had that. But everyone would fall... You were covered in mud. Everyone would fall straight into showers.
To be naked?
Well, you couldn't get in there with your things on.
This explains so much. This explains so much.
You didn't have an option at all. It's like teachers kicked you up arse. It's like, get in the shower, cowgirl. So I've never been bothered about being naked, but still you've got to be comfortable. So I'm with you. I think that the spa element is
That's a sexy
phenomenal.
thing.
You said that there were maybe 2 things?
There was a 2 thing.
I'm struggling to think of a second thing on Fred Olsen. We've not been on it, so...
But this is the thing that draws me to Fred Olsen. On gala night, for breakfast, they bring you fizz. For free.
Do they?
That's a great thing. I'm loving that.
So they start off the day with some sparkling?
With some sparkling wine at breakfast with your sausage. Don't know what the sausage is like, but... From the sausages I've seen, I'm not sure.
Were these in the spa at that time?
Oh, you know what I'm saying? I need... The fizz would help with the sausage.
I think that's a great way. If you're having it as a gala night.
Yes.
I'm with Virgin where they make it a longer, it's an event.
Mhm.
If it's a gala thing or White Night,
Yeah.
Azamara do that, MSC
Yeah.
do their version of it. I've always found it a bit frustrating where it's like a sort of, really the main event's like half an hour, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
There's like an hour build up to it and then that's it.
Yeah.
So it's not really an event.
No.
Virgin's one goes on about 6 hours
Yeah.
from the start of it until
Yes.
back end, and then disco. So it probably goes on about 10
Yeah,
hours.
yeah.
And I like the idea of the gala night starting with fizz.
I do too.
And it's a build up, isn't it, during the day?
Yes.
I wonder if they do anything else during the day that's specific to gala night. You know, like they do like cocktail making on there, because we've seen them do is
and
it
the
margaritas classes?
and martinis.
The more that I'm thinking about it, the more I would have put Fred Olsen in the chaste element of this before this scale.
But
If I
now
were putting Virgin here and you've got the most sort of chaste one at that end, I don't actually know who that'd be right now. But I'd have had Fred
we've ruined
towards
it, haven't
that
we?
end of it.
We've ruined the thing because that's a it's going to get abused now. But it's
I think it's what we talked about right from the start, that it's what you're looking from the cruise and the vibe and everything for it.
yes.
Which, let's sort of put one
I'm
last
going to
one
say
in to
because we
sort
have
of
to wrap
finish
it
off.
up, don't we? Yeah.
Which one would you have at the sort of real lower end that you think is a much more risque-free, chaste, safe, traditional? Because we've talked about Cunard, which a lot of people would have put them at that end. We've talked about Fred Olsen,
Yeah.
that people would have put at that end as well.
Yeah.
Which other ones would you have more down that side?
Oh, this. Well, I don't know because
I know which I think.
are you going to say P&O?
No.
Who are you going to say?
Because I think P&O still do some stuff that's more on there. I'm going to say Royal Caribbean.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's the Royal Caribbean, without being sort of funny towards them, are a jack of all trades. They're trying to be for everything. It's a family shape. It wants to have an adult area, but it's right next to a kids area.
Yeah.
So they're very limited in terms of what they can do. Some of the other cruise lines, like NCL, have recently introduced sort of more late night adult shows, not necessarily putting them in the most like sensible locations when they've done it, but where they're properly partitioning it off. And I think that Royal Caribbean is a very safe
Yeah, I think you're
space.
right. I think you're right. I think you're right. Because now thinking about it, when they have like the little meetups and things and the host, not necessarily hosted hours or drinks or things where there's people.
You mean for like the LGBTQ?
Yeah, but they didn't call it that, did they? It was like.
No, it was code names around stuff.
Was it Friends of Dorothy?
I think that's, well, it definitely, when we first went on it was that. I don't know if that's now a politically correct one that they use.
It was like bizarre.
Most of them now just put LGBTQ plus meetups.
Yeah.
But I think that they are a very safe one from the entertainment.
Yes.
On incredible shows.
Yeah.
But the mainstream Broadway ones.
Yeah. There's nothing risque.
You're not getting. You know,
a leather thong.
No, you're not getting even something like a Book of Mormon or Dear Evan Hansen or something that's a
Bit more edgy.
adult-y one. It's very safe.
I think you're right.
So I've surprised myself thinking about what I thought would be at the bottom end of it. I'm more impressed that now, in my head, someone like a Fred Olsen is more towards the middle side of that.
Wow.
Because the more I thought about it was things like the cocktail making sessions.
Yeah.
The spa in particular.
Oh, the spa.
But when you look at it, the first thing that goes to your head isn't that.
No.
That is not where the branding is. It's obviously not necessarily where they want people to think of it.
No.
Virgin is where they want people to think of it. Their marketing is exactly.
It's not.
Yeah. So that was a fascinating little chat. I could have talked about that for hours.
We could have talked about that for hours. I could have told all the tales. But
sometimes when we're having these chats, so you get to like 20 minutes into it, I'm like, okay, I've kind of run out of stuff that I want to talk about on this.
So much.
Genuinely, I could have talked about this for probably another hour.
So much.
We might come back to it at some point if people are interested. Should we have a couple of news stories?
Okay, go on.
So, cruise news story number one. We touched on this on the live stream a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
But Royal has officially named its new icon ship as Hero of the Seas.
Yeah.
We talked about the Enrique Iglesias is definitely going to be the new
Which is interesting
person.
because in maritime law or maritime history, ships normally have like a feminine like name.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
You don't get Derek or
I so want Royal Caribbean's next ship to be Derek of the Seas.
You know,
In fact, anyone, any mainstream cruise line,
like Prince of the Seas.
I just want the next one to be called Derek.
No, you know what I mean?
That'd be so good.
Like, you don't have Prince of the Seas.
No?
You don't have Lord of the Seas. I feel Michael Flatley would be the godfather for that one. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. So I said they always used to be more feminine slanted terms that they used. They weren't always, because some of them, like Legend of the Seas, blah, 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 not just Royal Caribbean, but everyone. Sometimes they're just like
like magical, mythical.
Yeah, but I think when people own a boat as opposed to a ship, or they own a yacht, that's generally named sort of more.
Oh, sometimes it's more inspirational, charming names. Then.
Yeah, it is. But going back onto Hero,
I guess Hero.
So it's coming out in
it's romantic. It's romantic.
It is romantic. August 27.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got sort of about a year and a half, but they've already released some information on it of what's going to be unique on there.
Yes.
So they're putting in a new supper club.
Oh.
First time on here, called the Orleans Parish Supper Club.
Oh, that sounds fun.
So as you would expect with the name,
yeah,
it's going to be a gourmet Cajun Creole one.
Oh, Cajun Creole,
where
nice.
Apparently it's going to be really reminiscent of the French Quarter in New Orleans.
Okay.
So live jazz music, curated cocktails for that.
Sexy vampires?
Sexy vampires. So if you remember, they had the Empire Supper Club.
Yeah, they did, but I can't see sexy vampires.
I hope they have sexy vampires.
I hope they have sexy vampires.
We've just put them at the bottom of our safe list. It's not even sexy vampires. If this one Virgin, definitely sexy vampires.
Oh, they'll be all sexy vampires.
I want Virgin's next show when they do their next sort of like Another Rose type to be that type with sexy vampires.
Oh, nice.
That'd be good. But what they are doing is also keeping the Royal Railway.
Oh, okay.
Which is, if you're not familiar with it, go search it because it's quite an interesting concept. That you're essentially sat in a simulator where you have your meal.
A carriage.
It's mental, and they can do different journeys.
Yeah.
So sometimes you go through the Napa Valley, and it's like a cheese and wine focused one.
Yes.
Which I think is really good. But I semi-expected that were going to be a gimmick because it's expensive, and I didn't really think it had come on.
And from what I can ascertain as well, if you're a 2 and they can partner you with another 2. I don't want to pay a lot of money to be partnered with 2 people.
And you're talking like $600.
Oof.
On it. I don't want to be sat with randomos for $600. I want to have that experience with you and I. They've also said in the Aquadome market area, they're introducing 4 new food stalls. They can give more details on that.
Yeah.
To give even more different tastes and stuff, but still keeping all the traditional favourites that they wanted.
Yeah.
What they have also announced is a new stateroom category, which will be their most expensive suite at sea ever.
Oh, now this is the treehouse.
This is the treehouse. So it's the ultimate family treehouse. So previously they had that one on the Icon class with a slide in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Which is clearly not aimed at you and I going on a cruise.
No.
And incredibly expensive. I honestly don't know. They obviously do fill them.
Yeah.
But I find the pricing staggering.
It's crazy.
This one, even bigger. So it's a 3-deck suite.
Oh, my Lord.
So it's a whole deck bigger. It has a rooftop terrace.
Nice.
I think that other than Princess's one, what's their big
Sky
suite called?
Suite.
Is it the Sky Suite?
Where the one where you can pick what movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Sky Suite.
I think that this is one of the few that has its own private rooftop terrace. I know on some of the retreat ones, they have a retreat deck where you can walk up to, but this is part of the actual suite on there. It has its own private whirlpool.
Nice.
2 main bedrooms, each with its own private bathroom and its own private balcony on top of that.
Wonderful.
And it's a full rustic, natured theme throughout.
Wow.
So I think it'd be fascinating to look at. We will never, ever stay in that.
No.
Because I can't imagine on an average cruise that comes in at less than $50,000.
Probably $50,000.
And I think that'll be a cheap one.
Yeah.
If you saw it at that. But if they ever want us to go on and try it, please do get in touch. But we're not really your market for that. But we do like a treehouse. We like forests.
I do. I love a forest.
Cruise story number 2.
Yes.
In a trend that seems to be continuing, Carnival has now started offering some adults-only cruises.
Oh, Carnival, wow.
So we've talked about this quite a few times, where with the exception of P&O, who kind of did the reverse of turning a couple of their adults-only one into family ones for some cruises. Others are introducing it. So they've put in for limited sailings initially this month, April 26th, the Carnival Paradise and the Carnival Glory.
Okay.
Adults only when they're going through the Canary Islands and Western Med.
Nice.
So it's interesting that sort of continues a little bit. Final cruise news story.
Okay.
MSC are introducing 2 new yacht club ships.
Oh, lovely.
So all of the newer ships since they came out
have got the yacht club.
Have all got yacht club. It was introduced. It's been incredibly successful. We love it.
We absolutely
It's fantastic.
love it.
But the older, smaller ships don't have them.
No.
So 2 of the older ships
are
getting a massive refurbishment this year. MSC Musica and Orchestra.
Nice.
So Musica is this year, November this year. Starts sailing with it in an Orchestra in March next year. So this time next year.
Okay, lovely. We'll keep an eye on that.
Having complete yacht club refits. So when you consider they're not in there now, that's an extensive. So I'm assuming it's going in for a big dry dock.
Yeah.
But they're putting in 63 suites on both ships. Obviously the butler, concierge, the top sail lounge, etc.
Yeah.
But also a new private sun deck, same as we see on all the others. In other words, everything exactly the same.
Wow, but smaller.
But they're also introducing a new suite category on there.
Oh.
That they haven't got on any of the other ones at the moment.
Oh, wow.
Which is a brand new 2-bedroom grand suite.
Oh, nice.
So it'll be really interesting to see where that one sort of fits in.
Yeah.
Because there's no rooms on the existing yacht club ones that are like that for 2 separate people. You can have it where you've got a spare bedroom, like a fold-out bed.
Yes,
but not
2
rooms.
Nice.
So I'll be really fascinated to see where that price is.
Yeah.
Doing a load of other stuff, putting a load of new restaurants on there.
Nice, beautiful. We have to keep have a look at that.
It'd be really interesting to see where they come in price-wise and
compared to
can
Explorer.
They genuinely offer that yacht club experience where it's not a ship designed from yacht club from the start. So if you think on Virtuosa, for instance, you have dedicated lifts.
Yeah, or the World Series.
Yeah. How much are they going to make like that?
Oh, wow.
So fascinating to see.
Yeah.
But that brings us to the end of this episode, Linz.
Well, cheers, darling.
Cheers, Linz.
We could have gone on about that for days.
I definitely could have talked about that for a lot longer.
So thank you for listening or watching, and have a lovely day.
And I'll play us out with the rest of the little
Oh, yes.
Footsteps echo on the silent street, searching for thrills of that city beat. A sideways glance or a daring smile, closer to the edge for a little while. There's a dangerous scent in the heavy air, taking you places you wouldn't dare. So tell me, darling, is it leather or lace? Are you wanting to feel sexy or chaste? Do you want the storm or the calm of the shore? When the sun goes down, what are you looking for? 2 different worlds. Which do you want to chase? Tell me your secret. Leather or lace? Or maybe you step where the light is soft, morning sun pouring into a quiet loft. A gentle touch and a steady hand, walking the lines that you've always planned. There's a beautiful grace when the room is still, a peaceful surrender, a quiet thrill. So tell me, darling, is it leather or lace? Are you wanting to feel sexy or chaste? Do you want the storm or the calm of the shore? when the sun goes down, what are you looking for? Two different worlds. Which do you wanna chase? Tell me your secret. Leather or lace? We all have a little of both inside. A secret to show and a shadow to hide. You can dress in the dark, you can walk in the light, but you choose your own path tonight. So what's it be? Exploring new things, being who you wanna be. So is playing it safe or breaking the rules? Oh, leather or lace? Find your space. Footsteps.
What did you think?
Well, I don't think it was about cruising, but not in the sea. Maybe it was, but not in the sea sense. I feel we're going to be talking about that in therapy. It's.
Leather or lace?
I know. I don't think it was about that at all. There was something. There was a definite. Oh dear.